been a punishing 16 hours, and even with the light failing, the end doesn't seem to be anywhere near. Andrew sounds angry at whoever he's talking to on the phone, and when he hangs up, he's saying things about what is and is not acceptable on his set, which is a very bad sign. I will not have people doing this on my set, he's saying to no one. Another person who does this my set bollocks, and ironically he's just been screaming down the phone at, as in, it's my set and if I want to smoke on it I will. And she's not the only one who says things of that kind. All the heads of departments are at it. Their egos are hurt by the tiny budget. As in, it's my set and if I want to rape a turkey on it I will. As in, it's my set and I won't have a problem denying people their basic human rights, unless they're actors. Always truffle snuffling the actors, but let the crew eat subsidised KFC until they're so constipated they can't walk, because it's my set, and unless someone keeps control of the money you can't make art. See that focus puller back from pulling it out of himself in the porter cabin? Art. See that continuity girl, poor work experience kid, freezing to death on a night shoot because 5 minutes rubbing her hands in the production van just wouldn't be professional. Art, and art on a budget. There are tough choices to be made if we're going to keep standards up on my set. Want to complain? There's a queue of thousands behind you on mandy.com waiting to take your place, and they'll be sorry if they're heard complaining on my set. He's an arsehole, I say into my polystyrene tea. I'm thinking of getting out of all this. My set indeed. What would you do though? I mean, what you do is pretty film specific, isn't it? Not much call for dialect coaches on VSO. Sensible, stupid Biff. Lay off, sensible, stupid Biff. I'm busy trashing my dreams. If I wasn't doing this, I was always going to be a writer, I say. Scripts? No, writing, novels, etc. About dialect coaching. I don't know what I'd write about really, I go for. Biff says, you could write about your mate from uni, the one who put that girl's trainer down the toilet so you could wee on it. I'd read that. Oh dear. In honesty, I can't remember if that really happened, or if me and Clementine just fantasised about it in whoever's smoke-filled room we were in that night. There I go again, you see. It must have been her room if it was smoke-filled, because I was too scared about the rules and the smoke alarms. And perhaps poor Lotus, yep, whose shoe it was, got a bad deal in the whole thing. I never met the girl. Clementine is a pretty abrasive character who also got emotional very easily, but this was not the way I saw her back then. Clementine was cool, and for her to be crying, actually crying, because of something that posh twat Lotus said to her, well of course I rushed to her rescue, verbally at least, at the time. Do I really want to be a person who weed on a shoe, a stolen girl's shoe, and in a minute I'm going to find myself unable to justify to Biff just what it was that poor Lotus did that was so awful. I think it might have been an accident, I start to say, like a random shoe was down there because of someone else's drunken antics and I weed on it by accident before I realised it was there, and when we got talking about it, she said, wouldn't it have been good if it was what's-her-name's shoe? We were off our heads all the time back then. We were off our heads all the time back then. Just listen to me. Okay, but I have to give myself something, don't I? A sachet of drunken cool to sprinkle around the perimeters of this big stale partial admission. And then this is another different bit.